Alright, Brandon, alright, well, my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna try to make this one quick, then charge my camera, and then make part 3. Okay, anyway, so you pull this out. This is not only the bolt, this is the back of the bolt. You actually have to stick your finger in here. I don't know if you see it, but there's something right here. You gotta stick your finger in there, like that, and just push back. Holy crap, that went flying. Anyway, so that is your bolt. When you first get your gun, I know you probably didn't buy oil. You don't want to use any gun oil like you would use on a real gun. You want to use specific paintball gun oil. So I would suggest you, Brandon, going out and buying some. Dow 33 actually works very good. But just wipe, because it unfortunately doesn't come with any oil in the case. And the oil it comes with, it's pretty crap, and you want to lube it up yourself. So you want to just clean this all off with like a rag or something, and then get that oil on there. But don't clean it off until you get the oil, because there is some oil that will last you a little long. But anyway, so after you're done done playing a game or a tournament or whatever you're doing, there's O-rings, and you do want to lube up these O-rings really good. The back one, you want to lube up back here. You want to lube up this. You don't want to lube this up too much. I would just put on like barely any, actually, just a tiny bit. You do want to put some on this little O-ring right here though. And then to put it back in, you just push this in here like that, and this is your bolt. This bolt's actually very simple, and it is a O-ringless bolt. But how they do it is they put the bolts inside the gun, and if your O-ring breaks inside that gun, it's very hard to change it, because you gotta take the entire gun apart. So if that happens, just go to your shop and do it, because it is kind of hard unless you know how to do it. Okay, anyway, so that just shoves right back in there like that. Tighten that up. Okay, let me tighten this real quick. So it just like stops, doesn't like, so like you can't over tighten or anything. Stop. Okay, now next. Now if my camera does die on this video, I'm sorry, because it's showing low battery right now. Alright, next we're gonna take off the grips. There's 2 screws on each side. And one thing I kinda don't like about this gun is when you put your battery in, it is very hard to get out. I thought it could never come out, so I had to take the whole grip off. I had to take the whole board out. That's a bunch of screws and a bunch of, just to get my damn battery out. I mean, it was easy to put in, but to get it out, it was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to break it pulling it out, like the board. But you do have to give it a little oomph to get it out. Anyway, so when you open that up, this is where your battery, 9-volt battery, just clamp that in, and you gotta like snug it. Like, it was getting stuck when I was trying to pull it out, like right there. It was like, it wouldn't come up. Anyway, so this is your board. Right there's the micro switch right here. You can barely see it with this camera. These are your dip switches: on, up, down, off. They are for tournament lock, so if you're getting in tournaments, you'll know all about them. But yeah, there's not too much down there, so I'm going to just leave that open. Next, we're going to get to adjusting the trigger, and now there's 4 adjustments on this. This is actually a lot for a gun. You get the smallest one, which is right here. There's 2 adjustments, 2 on the side at least. There's one right here, and then there's one right here. Well, when I move this, you'll see the trigger moving. Let me get it in there first. And make sure you get it in so you don't strip it. I don't know if you can see it moving, but it is moving. So I have to go back and forth. Now my problem was, it was too far back. Like I set it too far back here, so it was like you just had to go like that to make it click. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome, that's awesome. But the guy said you can't do that on any gun, just because you click it once and you start shooting like real fast, and then it just starts bouncing on its own like that. It starts bouncing while shooting. So you can move it back as far as you want it, but there's also 2 more adjustments. There's one right, it's kind of hard to say, right, one right here, and then there's one right here. This one is the what moves the pin closer to the micro switch. So if you want this trigger really close, so like it's just like moving it like that, you move that out and this back. It's pretty simple as that. It sounds difficult, but you just gotta play with it and make sure you don't strip them, because if you do, you're kind of screwed. See, like it's just like a click. Anyway, moving to the reg. A lot of people right out of the box say their gun leaks, and where you will hear a leak is right here. Now, a lot of them do leak. Mine was leaking a tiny bit, but any paintball player knows how to fix that. What you want to do is, these are micro lines. To pull out a micro line is really easy. All you do is pull it, and for both sides. Once you pull it out, or instead of pulling it out, you just wiggle it a little bit, and then see if it's still leaking. And if it is, you want to pull the micro line out, unscrew this. You want to lube up this thing, so you want to unscrew it all the way, lube it up. You can unscrew your regulator once you have the micro out, so you can clean it and do whatever, blah blah blah. And that's really it about the regulator. Like, it's really easy, but if it's leaking, which a lot of people have a problem with it, either wiggle it or pull it out, unscrew this silver piece, put some lube on it, unscrew it back in, and you should be fine. What are we going to do next? We're going to move on to programming the gun. Okay, and I'm going to charge my camera for a little bit, so we'll be back in a little bit.